how were you recruited into Zebramountain?
Well, the way I saw it was me and Jake, the way it started was the fact that I was actually going and I was at my youth group at the church back in 2009 and River said that I looked like a youth pastor, a youth leader or whatever, and that's, well, the funny part about that is it's actually kind of true, because I was basically a youth staff member at my church at the time. So other than doing that, I had quit any band that wasn't doing worship music. It was kind of a conscious choice for me spiritually, and Jake started this spiritual acoustic project. It was gonna originally be a 5-song EP acoustic, and it was gonna be focused on like literally singing to God, and he said, "Hey man, I want you to produce my acoustic EP." He was called Zebramountain at the time, and knowing me, whenever I kind of have my hand in it creatively, it kind of goes at least somewhere towards my imagination. So it became an electronic acoustic EP, and it ended up being an hour long, about like 14 songs, and me and him had worked on it for a whole month, and it was almost every day, because I think I would get off work from Starbucks and he would just be in my house all the time, and we would just be working on it. And yeah, that album ended up being called Let's Party Till We Die, and that was the precursor to The Band That Sucks. But after Let's Party Till We Die, me and him had so much chemistry and so much kind of passion together, again, that we had rekindled, that we wanted to start up Think of Wall Paint again, or at least a band that would be like Think of Wall Paint. And we needed to come up with a name, and what he said is like, hey, you know, let's use Zebramountain. And I was actually pretty hesitant because of the fact that I knew that this wasn't going to be Zebramountain. It wasn't going to be his acoustic thing, and it wasn't going to be him lead singing. But he convinced me that, you know, hey man, it's a really good name, and I honestly had thought I could come up with a better name than Zebramountain. But, you know, anyways. So, that's how I was recruited into Zebramountain. In my opinion, me and him founded a new band, and we had took the old name of his old project, so I don't believe I was recruited at all, but, you know, some people could think that just because, you know, based off their own sources.
Yes, yes. Thank you for, you know, bringing that insight into the...
It was a mouthful.
The whole thing. Well, let me throw you a nice one.
A curveball.
A little curveball. What is your favorite Zebramountain song? If you can key there being one.
My favorite Zebramountain song? I guess I would have to, since I really honestly treat a lot of them as my babies, and that would be like a good 120 babies, I would have to say that I would have to base this song off of, not Success, because that's just so fucking shallow. I just cussed for the interview. Maybe we could bleep that out. It's up there between, you know, honestly I just think of the songs that were the most impactful, and coincidentally the ones that had music videos, so I'd think Coco and Fine With Me, but for some reason Epidead, you know. But honestly, I had loved Easter Eggs, and then I would think of Wallet, What a World It Is, and then I would think Caddy, just the ones that just kept going, and Ellis and Friends. My favorite, it's hard. I'm not sure if I could say it. You know?
Fair enough.
Yeah, honestly, if it said Fine With Me, then there'd be some kind of literal bitterness and spite towards the other Jake, towards Jake Timon, and if I had picked any other one, honestly I'm not thinking on the levels of picking which Jake, but sometimes there's just so many ties in that when it comes to interviews, So honestly have no favorite.
Yes. I can understand it's pretty, you being a definitely main producer on most of those songs, it's definitely tough, and I understand that. Well, what did you think of Zebramountain when you realized that this could thrive as a performing band?
It was like a dream come true for sure. When, I mean, honestly, it started in my room trying to figure out a way to play backing tracks for basically an electronic band just with two frontmen, just like a 303 just with guitars. I had ran backing tracks through a guitar amp and realized I could have robot or simulation guitar players. And then that was the moment when I was like, hey, I could play live with all the tracks that I've done all myself, where I play guitar and play drums and play bass and play keyboard and play all that, and I could write an EP and simultaneously be able to play it back and play live. I thought that was pretty exciting. Me and Jake were pretty excited, and me and him had a lot of really deep conversations thinking, we were gonna get big, and thinking, man, this is it and for life. And at the same time, I don't know, I just miss him just because our friendship at the same time was meant to be for life, and I know that me and him are kind of in a lapse right now, so to speak, kind of an ebb. So anyways, it was exciting.
Do you think